You know, there's an invisible war being fought inside you right at this very moment. It's not against some foreign invader, not in the way we usually think. Nope, this is a war against superbugs, bacteria that have figured out how to outsmart our best medicines. And the key to actually winning this thing? Well, it might just come from a totally new way of understanding our own bodies. Okay, let's get into it.
10 million. That number you're looking at, that's the projection for how many people could die every single year by 2050, all because of antimicrobial resistance. I mean, to put that into perspective for you, that's more people than currently die from cancer each year. This is not some far-off problem. It's one of the biggest, most urgent health crises we are facing right now.
For decades, antibiotics have been our miracle drugs. But well, we've overused them a lot. And that's pushed bacteria to evolve, creating these super strains that can just shrug off our treatments. We're getting really, really close to this point of no return, a scary post-antibiotic world where a simple infection could become a death sentence again.
So where do we even begin to look for a new strategy? Well, believe it or not, the answer seems to be hiding in a really unexpected place. This huge, complex ecosystem that's living inside our own lungs. This is the new battlefield. And what's so wild about this is that it completely flips a long-held medical belief on its head. For the longest time, the textbook answer was that our lungs were totally sterile. But now we know that's just not true. They are absolutely teeming with life, a whole community of microorganisms that, it turns out, are critical for keeping us healthy.
And that whole community has a name: the microbiome. The best way to think about it is like a rainforest. It's a complete ecosystem, filled with bacteria, fungi, and viruses, all living in this really delicate balance. And just like a rainforest, its health, its strength, all comes down to its diversity.
And the difference between a healthy and an unhealthy lung is just stark. See, in a healthy lung, you've got tons of different species, so high diversity, but not too many of any one kind, so the overall density is low. It's a balanced, stable community. But in a diseased lung, that diversity just plummets. And that allows a few bad actors to completely take over, which sends the density through the roof and creates the perfect environment for dangerous pathogens to just thrive. So this brings us to a huge problem. Our main weapon in this whole fight, antibiotics, can actually make everything worse. They're not like a targeted missile. They're more like a bomb that takes out everything in the area. So when you take a broad-spectrum antibiotic, it doesn't just kill the bad bacteria causing your infection. It wipes out countless good members of your microbiome, too. This massive disruption has a name: dysbiosis, and it seriously weakens your body's natural defenses, which, ironically, can clear the path for even more dangerous pathogens to move in and set up shop.
And this leads to something really dangerous. Our own microbiome can turn into a storage locker for antibiotic resistance genes. This collection of genes is called the resistome, and you can think of it like a shared weapons library for bacteria. They can pass these genes around, basically teaching each other how to survive the drugs we're throwing at them. And their strategies are incredibly clever. Seriously, some bacteria literally develop these little pumps to spit the antibiotic right back out. Others will actually change the shape of the thing the antibiotic is trying to attack so the drug just can't latch on anymore. And some even create enzymes that hunt down the antibiotic and destroy it on sight. It's a full-blown arms race happening on a microscopic level.
So how in the world do we fight back without causing all this collateral damage? The answer, it turns out, might involve a really surprising alliance between two completely different ecosystems inside our body.
Get this, your gut and your lungs are constantly talking to each other. It's a thing called the gut-lung axis. You can picture it like a two-way communication highway, where the health of your gut microbiome directly impacts the health of your lung microbiome, and of course, the other way around.
And how do they talk? Well, signals and helpful compounds that are made by your good gut bacteria can actually travel through your bloodstream and influence the immune response in your lungs. So what does this mean in the real world? It means that an unhealthy gut is directly linked to a higher risk for respiratory diseases like asthma and COPD. And that connection, that is our new clue.
And that clue is leading scientists to a whole new arsenal of weapons to fight superbugs. These are therapies designed to work with our body's ecosystem, not against it. This is where it gets really cool.
So let's look at 4 of the most promising new strategies: probiotics, antimicrobial peptides, bacteriophages, and nanotechnology. These aren't just about building a bigger bomb. They're about being smarter and way more targeted.
Okay, first up, probiotics. This is all about using that gut-lung axis we were just talking about. The idea is, by adding beneficial bacteria to the gut, we can help restore that healthy balance. And those good bacteria then send signals up to the lungs that strengthen the immune response, making it way harder for pathogens to get a foothold.
Next, we have antimicrobial peptides, or AMPs. You can think of these as nature's own antibiotics. Our bodies actually make them. They work by physically ripping apart the bacterial cell's outer wall, which is a method of attack that's much harder for bacteria to evolve a defense against.
Then there are bacteriophages. Now, this one is my favorite. Phages are viruses that have spent millions of years evolving to do just one thing: hunt and kill very specific bacteria. They are like microscopic smart missiles that we can program to take out only the bad guys, leaving all of our helpful microbes completely unharmed, no collateral damage.
And finally, nanotechnology. I mean, this is straight out of science fiction. Imagine creating tiny little delivery drones that carry a drug payload. These smart bombs can be designed to seek out and attach only to the bad bacteria, releasing their medicine right at the source. This makes the drug super effective while causing almost no harm to our own cells or our good bacteria.
Now, as amazing as all this sounds, we have to be realistic. We're not quite there yet. This research makes it pretty clear that turning these brilliant lab ideas into treatments you can get at the doctor's office is going to take a massive collaborative effort. But this is the future of medicine. It's just a future we have to work hard to build.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that our bodies aren't just battlefields. They're more like gardens. And the war on superbugs won't be won with brute force and bigger bombs. It's going to require a huge shift in how we think, away from being soldiers trying to kill everything and toward being gardeners, carefully tending to the powerful ecosystems that are already working inside of us.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought. For so long, we've seen bacteria as the enemy. But maybe, just maybe, to save ourselves from the most dangerous ones, what we really need isn't a smarter drug, but smarter bacteria fighting on our side.